the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
John Dramani Mahama said Nensa aka petition miensa a senipa miensen etre se yenyi Chief Justice na se akonya a John Dramani Mahama nso etimi forward petition miensa no de kokopie mu ewo Council of State na enra Paul Adom Ochere esan de babetu edwa se petition no kra mienu asan aba abeka ho a John Dramani Mahama emfa nkopie mu ewo Council of State a enya asem kotoa na Otafo MP Vincent Eko Asifua etimi etabri asem ne nso de kokopie mu ewo Supreme Court say Supreme Court nhwe na ontimi enka ho asem da petition miensa no a aba no as a petition no enhye da emia hode ntikure ni kwan se so na Supreme Court etimi eko asetena die edikan bon asan akode etoso mienu no na de AG Dr. Dominic Ayene eba be pie mu ewo court na de na Supreme Court ede etu edwa yenko na yenkotie.
And today we hear the injunction application against processes initiated by President John Dramani Mahama to potentially remove Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono from office. Member of Parliament for Tafo, Vincent Eko Asifua, sued the Attorney General over what he described as constitutional breaches committed by the President when he referred 3 separate petitions asking for the removal of the CJ from office to the Council of State without notifying the Chief Justice. Well, let's take you to the courts now and speak to our legal affairs correspondent Lateef Idris on this. Lateef, what can you report from the court?
Well, Mami, so as we speak, before this particular injunction application to be heard here at the Supreme Court, there were 2 other cases. As we speak, those 2 cases have been called. Judgment has been given on one. There has been adjourned for the judgment to be given on the other one. So the expectation was that the application was going to be called and the hearing will begin. But we understand the panel as we speak is not complete. So the judges are currently waiting for one last justice of the Supreme Court to arrive to make that particular panel complete before they are able to sit. Just before that, we saw the current Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayene, and the former Attorney General, Godfrey Yebuadame, being called into chambers by the justices of the Supreme Court. And the speculation is that they were called to be informed about this particular development, that one of the justices of the Supreme Court who sits on this particular panel to hear this injunction application by the Member of Parliament for Otapo is currently not available here at the Supreme Court. We are told that if in the next hour or so, if he doesn't show up, what it means is that the case will be adjourned for future hearing. But we are waiting to see what particular decision will be taken by this particular panel on this issue.
Well, Lateef, do we know who make up this panel, the judges, and how many are they?
Well, Mami, so in all, we have 5 justices of the Supreme Court sitting on this particular panel, and let me run you quickly through them. We have His Lordship Justice Ernest Yao Jehu. We also have His Lordship Justice Richard Ajay Frempong. We have Her Ladyship Justice Professor Henrietta Mensa Bosu. We also have His Lordship Justice Samuel Kwame Adibi Asidu. And finally, we have His Lordship Justice Yao Dako Asari. These 5 justices of the Supreme Court make up this panel. And as we understand, I wouldn't want to put out the name of this justice because he's the only one who is not available, and we understand he might make it or he might not. If he doesn't show up, like I mentioned, the case will definitely be adjourned for future hearing.
Thank you so much, Lateef. We'll definitely.
Under Section 208 of Act 30, a person convicted of treason or felony or an offense involving dishonesty is disqualified to serve as a juror unless the person has obtained a free pardon. Over the years, and strangely, the justice sector seemed to have become constrained only to a small pool from which jurors were chosen. This pool seemed to have become confined to clerical staff in the civil and or public service institutions, and in a few instances, officers from the education sector. The yearly revision of lists required under Section 213 of Act 30 has seemed not to be thorough. This has caused the untenable problem of a particular juror being involved in several cases in different courts at the same time. Some of the jurors were on jury duty for years, and in some cases over a decade, making them almost professional jurors, and not the lay group with fresh exposure to legalities that they were needed to be. After much brainstorming, a team assisted me to propose solutions and reforms to make our jury system more efficient and result-oriented. In order to get the buy-in of all stakeholders, the team went on to do media and stakeholder engagements on national and regional platforms. As we open assizes today, jury lists have been expanded to include all citizens qualified by law, including many individuals in the private sector. Over time, steps will be taken to further expand the pool from which jurors will be selected. With these reforms, it is our expectation in the judiciary that the time of citizens engaged in jury duty not being used efficiently will change, and now there will be more expeditious disposal of cases. The time for change has gladly come, beginning from today's opening of the criminal session, which will be occurring in all the regions of Ghana, where trials on indictment will be conducted. The following administrative directions already exist for presiding judges and registrars of high courts.
Some of the instances we saw, Justice Tokono, when she traveled, she came back and returned cash of nearly $9,000 to the judicial service. That I didn't spend all the money. This is the rest of the money. When I saw it, I was telling my people that, but this, my Lord, $9,000 you can issue to buy. Say that you bought books from London or something, buy something. And they said, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, oh, the last time Justice Tokono traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the judicial secretary, journalists, everybody, check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They'll give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Just look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Kufu, Justice Eni Yeboah, and Justice Tokono. And this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter. And this is the money that Justice Tokono returned, 9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they're talking about. Is that not what they're talking about? No, that was another one. Another 14,000. So they have two of her trips. This one and another one. The one that she returned the money. They don't say she returned the money. Maybe they don't know. Then Ofoye doesn't know. I can understand. But this is what we found out. Anyway, let's go to the next one. It says, this is a very important one. Very, very, very important. Again, because Mr. Chikata is lawyer for Daniel Ofori, and Mr. Chikata is also lawyer for Jachi Kwesin. And the Attorney General told us in his press conference, when he was asked by journalists, why didn't you enter nolle prosequi for Jachikwesin? Dominic Ayini told the journalist that Chachu Chikata has told him that as far as he, Mr. Chikata, is concerned, the Jachikwesin case will be won. So he need not enter nolle prosequi. This is the conversation the Attorney General reported. This kind of conversation going on in the judicial circle. This is what the Attorney General reported. The learned Attorney General told Ghanaians that he did not enter nolle prosequi for Jachikwesin because Mr. Chachu Chikata, who is lawyer for Jachikwesin, has told him, Dominic Ayini, that as far as he, Mr. Chikata, is concerned, the Jachikwesin case is doable. And so he doesn't need a nolle prosequi. So was he entering nolle prosequi for cases that are not doable? What is the meaning of doable? What is doable? 2-3 days ago, Jachikwesin won his case. And they put powder on his head and on Mr. Chikata. So you see, sometimes the dots are coming together a little bit. Daniel Ofori, then in his petition to Mr. President Mahama against Justice Tokonu, Chikata is his lawyer. Chikata is also lawyer to Jachikwesin, says this, that the Chief Justice interfered in the Jachikwesin suit by causing operatives of national security to seize computers used in the trial. The Chief Justice also transferred staff that were accused of being involved with some unexplained activities involving the trial. The Chief Justice also transferred staff that were accused of being involved with some unexplained activities involving the trial. Now, this is why I blame the judiciary, the judicial service. They must, as a matter of urgency, appoint a director of communications in the judiciary. The way the world is going, they must have a lawyer, proper lawyer, 10 years at the bar. In fact, it must be 10 years at the bar, who would be elected after interview as the director of communications at the judicial secretary's office. Because if what I'm about to read to you did happen in Ghana and we didn't hear about it, then we must blame the judicial service. Listen, this is what we found. According to the story as documented, the attention of the Chief Justice was drawn to the fact that the record of proceedings on the 19th July 2023 in the Jachikwesin trial had gone missing. Can you imagine that? And nobody told anybody. No journalist knows. No Joy FM. No City FM. We don't know. And the judicial service is sitting down. And today you see what they are doing. The person who went to delete the Jachikwesin process may be the same person who is claiming something. Listen to this. The Chief Justice was told that the Jachikwesin trial, a whole day's conversation in the trial, had gone missing by the judge in the matter. The judge in the matter said, "Hey, my lord, I'm dead, oh. Look, Jachikwesin, a whole day of, I can't see it, it's gone. I needed to assess to look at the rest of the case. The whole day, the thing is gone." I'm sure they asked him that, "Do you remember what happened that day?" He said, "Judge, he cannot remember. He's writing everything down. The record of proceeding is missing. Somebody went and stole it. Somebody went and stole the process of the Jachikwesin. And judiciary didn't tell journalists. They didn't do a press conference. That day, no, they should have issued a statement that the judiciary is concerned that the proceedings of 19 July has gone completely missing and that we are investigating it. And they should have published the results of the investigation. Democracy has changed, though. Please, judicial service, democracy has changed. It's not the old one anymore. Now it's TikTok and Instagram. You have to talk. Look at this. When I found out, I cringed. I said, but why didn't they tell anybody? Look at it. The 19th July, the Jachikwesin trial has gone missing. She, Gertrude Tokonu, then commissioned an investigation which was carried out by the National Signals Bureau, which found out that there were severe and significant internal breaches. To remedy these, the administrative decision was taken that persons who had control over the record were to be transferred away from sensitive processes of record keeping. This is what happened. Are you connecting some dots? Who was at National Signals Bureau? Kwabena Edubuahin. Who did the Attorney General say Kwabena Edubwahi. Who is lawyer for Jati Kwesi? Chachu Chikata. Who is lawyer for Daniel Ofori, the petitioner? Chachu Chikata. Who is the Attorney General? Dominic Ayini. Who is Dominic Ayini? Chachu Chikata's. Is it coming round nicely small? You can now see the dots. This is what's happening in Ghana today. This is what is happening in Ghana today. People sit down there in the comfort of their homes and decide that a chief justice must be removed because it is about them. It's no longer about the constitution. It's about their ego. It's about their pomp. It's about their pomposity. And it's about their exaggerated events of themselves. They consider themselves as an event. And it's very highly exaggerated. This is it. Look at this. The Chachu Chikata has never told anybody in any press conference that there was one day that the record went missing. He's never said that. How many press conferences have been granted on this Jachikwesi matter, and nobody from the Jachikwesi side has ever complained that there was one day record missing, and the judicial service too didn't tell us. It's an unsolicited advice. Judicial service, please have a lawyer of not less than 10 years at the bar, properly appointed as the director of communications of the judicial service, sitting in the office of the judicial secretary. Is very, very important because of things like this. Look at this. Jachikwesi filing a petition against the chief justice is able to go and, Daniel Ofori is able to go and bring a Jachikwesi matter. Lawyer for Jachikwesi, lawyer for Daniel Ofori, Attorney General, National Signals Bureau, Kwabena Edubwa. You see the whole thing. Kwabena Edubwa, sorry, pa. It's your work that you were doing. You haven't done anything wrong. When Chief Justice called your team to come and look at it, you did your work. And these are electrical engineers. They are very solid people. Kwabena Edubwa and his team, they are very smart. So they found out that this has happened. And I'm wondering why the judicial service till now merely transfer people who are manipulating justice by removing a whole day's record out of the thing. Nobody says anything about it. And they now sit in the comfort of their homes because their friend is president. Their party is in power. So they now want to remove the chief justice when she was the one doing the right thing. Wrong is right and right is wrong. We should never allow that. Let's move on. Now, the petitioner here alleges that the Chief Justice arbitrarily transferred judges in the Daniel Ofori case. This is it. This is another allegation that Daniel Ofori won. So he alleges Madam has spent money on her son and daughter and something they traveled. He doesn't know that there's a policy. Then he comes to Jachikwesi. He doesn't know that there was a National Signals Bureau, proper and thorough investigations done, and his people were found out. He doesn't know that. Then he comes and now says that, okay, now I'm coming in my own capacity. You, madam, you transferred judges who are doing Daniel Ofori case. This is what he said. This is what he said. This is how and why transfers are carried out. Let's move on. EcoBank versus... So, Daniel Ofori says that in the cases that involve him, Madam Gertrude Tokonu transferred the judges. Let's see the details. Now, the first one is EcoBank versus Daniel Ofori. Transfer from Justice Boansi to Justice Miracle. Now, Justice Boansi requested to travel out of Ghana because both her husband and child fell ill. She was granted permission to see them, and all cases before her were transferred to other judges, inclusive of Justice Miracle. When Justice Boansi returned, she was taken ill and had requested leave. So Daniel Ofori does not even know that the reason why Justice Boansi's the case was transferred from Justice Boansi to another one is that the lady herself requested, and the documents are there. She doesn't request in the vacuum. She requests by letter. It's a document. It's a letter. It's there. So he is petitioning President Mahama that he should sack Gertrude Tokonu, because when I took cases there, he's just transferring the people. He's transferring everybody. It's my case, and he has transferred somebody. So you should sack. I mean, viewers, permit me to bring myself. I have a case at the High Court. One day we went to court. They said that the judge has been transferred. So based on that, I can write a petition. So my friend Kwabena Japan becomes president. Then I go to him. Kwabena, hey, Justice Tokono onye say me case on not transfer judge no. They say, oh, judge not transfer, me judge not transfer. Oh, for petition, but you know. Is that how we run a country? Yeah, I have many friends. Let me take some money from the NDC. Spio Gabra is my friend. Guzitano used to be my friend. I say used to be because I've not seen him in a while and I don't know, but yeah, used to be. So Guzitano becomes president. Oh no. I said Dunketia. You all know Asedu is my friend. I said Dunketia becomes president. Then I go to him, General. Charlie, wait there. Let's put bygones at bygones. So me here, baby. I say, customer, you're a bad boy. I say, Judge, no, Chief Justice, no. Say me case be na me yo Kumasi na say case. Oh no, transfer judge na. I didn't acquire Basabasa. Say, oh, what's that? Be na that pankro no. Oh, any for petition, but you know. That's this. It looks like that's what is happening. It looks like that's what is happening. That your case has been transferred. If you take from Philip Archer, 1992, and bring Chief Justice who have transferred cases, you find numerous of them because that is their work. That is their job. They do that all the time. The Constitution has given them the power so to do. And then Daniel Forrest is bringing an application to the president because the Chief Justice has been transferring judges that have to do with his case. Really? Daniel Forrest, come again. Why? Now we're there. Well, again, we are not the Council of States. We don't know. But this is the fact. So this is why Justice Miriku found himself